On Tuesday, President Donald Trump toured America's newest concentration camp, affectionately known by the administration as Alligator Alcatraz.
U.S. President Donald Trump toured the Alligator Alcatraz Migrant Detention Center in the Florida Everglades on Tuesday, as his Republican allies in Congress advanced a sweeping spending bill that could ramp up deportations. The facility sits some 37 miles from Miami, in a vast subtropical wetland teeming with alligators, crocodiles, and pythons.
I looked outside, and that's not a place I want to go hiking anytime soon.
Trump highlighted the threatening conditions surrounding the facility at a roundtable following his tour.
Very soon, this facility will house some of the most menacing migrants, some of the most vicious people on the planet. We're surrounded by miles of treacherous swampland, and the only way out is really deportation.
Officials estimate the cost of the complex to be $450 million annually and could house some 5,000 people.
$450 million. I mean, that is how much we're spending on this, or going to spend on this every year, instead of, I don't know, doing things like feeding people, educating children, or, I don't know, guaranteeing health care. No, can't do that, because this is their priority. This is their priority. The cruelty is the point. And I think that it is important to note that Alligator Alcatraz is not a name that the left made up for it. This is what they're calling it. It's what they want to call it. Not only do they know, but they are absolutely celebrating this. They are proud of it. They're proud of building concentration camps on American soil while simultaneously voting to gut Medicaid and food stamps for millions of Americans. You cannot look at this, by the way, and not realize that this is less Alcatraz and more Auschwitz. Think about it. They have made hastily constructed camps in remote locations, okay, in the middle of a swamp, and then proudly tour those facilities while discussing their plans to build a system of these similar camps nationwide across the country. And again, they're not hiding the ball. Oh, no, they're doing worse. They are out there merchandising it. The Florida Republican Party is now selling Alligator Alcatraz merchandise. That's what's going on. Grab our merch, they say. They got t-shirts. They got drink koozies. Oh, look, and all of it, of course, is going to help, celebrate human suffering. Because that's what they're doing. They have turned cruelty into a consumer product. I mean, it really is absolutely disgusting. Look, they are making the suffering of others, whose only crime, by the way, is being born in another country and wanting to, I don't know, have freedom and liberty. They're turning that into something that you can wear to own the libs. That's really it, because that's the whole point. The whole point is to own the libs. And again, Trump admitted, I thought this idea was a bit of a joke, but it turns out my advisors ran with it, and now I love it. I love it. A reporter had asked him during this tour, "Is this a dream come true for you, sir?" And he said, "Well, it was meant more as a joke, but the more I thought about it, the more I liked it." Again, the fact that this had started out as a joke. Yes, a joke, human suffering, Alligator Alcatraz. But now it's like, you know what? Turns out I actually really like the idea of, stuffing immigrants into this jail surrounded by crocodiles and pythons and all that stuff. Oh, man, it's so great. Gives me a little chubby over here. Little mushroom shaped. Okay, I'm not going to get into that. I mean, it's absolutely disgusting. These people get off on this cruelty. And again, as I already mentioned, the plan is to build a lot more of them. A lot more of them. Just like they had in, Nazi Germany. He said, we'd like to see them in many states at some point they might morph into a system. A system. I mean, more of these in all sorts of states. And again, this one camp cost taxpayers $500 million a year. And by the way, this was built in 8 days. That means, by the way, they could, if they really wanted to, build shelter for homeless people, homeless veterans, immediately. They could build it so freaking quickly. And then take, get these people off the street, give them a place to sleep, a roof over their heads. Instead, they're doing this. And by the way, that money, the $500 million a year, okay, that's going to come from FEMA. FEMA. So when your state gets hit by a natural disaster, likely made worse by, or more frequent, and both, by climate change, guess what? You're not going to get any help. Oh, no. You are not going to get any help because all of that money is going to be tied up in making migrants suffer. But at least, you'll have merch. Fascism is here. And you can buy a t-shirt. Oh, okay. And there it is. Again, they were right. The people that warned us about fascism coming to America, that it was going to be wrapped up in the flag and carrying the cross. Well, it also is trying to sell us worthless crap. But look, when it comes to fascism, and it comes to dehumanizing, and when it comes to what happened in the Holocaust, it's all started with the camps. It started with dehumanization. And most importantly, it starts when good people do nothing as evil openly and proudly walks around. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon in order to get notified whenever a new video is released. And if you want to support independent, progressive media through this difficult time where it seems like everybody is shutting down, you can become a member on our YouTube page, you can become a subscriber on Facebook, or you can go to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf. Thank you.